Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Listen to me very carefully. This month, you are about to have a really, really powerful inspiration. You are going to see something and you are going to be inspired like never, ever, ever before. You are about to become passionate like you've never been passionate before. And at the same time, as soon as you become aware of what is actually going to inspire you, what is going to bring this absolutely mind-blowing inspiration into your life, as soon as you become aware of it even more so, there is going to be an instant moment of you having such a devotion, an instant moment of devotion. And that in itself means that you are at the same time actually going to you are going through the process of regeneration, rejuvenation, but also on another hand, you are about to be enlightened like never before. So it's not only about the inspiration, but it's actually how you're going to feel. There is something very specific that you are going to become aware of, and there is something very specific that you are going to actually feel with, like you've never actually felt like this before. And this is exactly what this month is going to bring you. This in itself, it's really gonna be so beneficial for you, because it's at the same time going to start a process of transformation. But clearly this in itself is bringing a very, very important brand new direction into your life, something which is going to be absolutely impossible for you not to follow, something which is going to be absolutely impossible for you not to notice. This in itself, it's an important stage of your life, because by the end of this month you're going to find yourself working on a mind-blowing project. And the project that you're going to find yourself working at around the end of February 2023, if you think about it right now, you would not have absolutely any clue or any idea what are you actually going to be working on and what this is going to bring into your life. So this in itself, it's all going to kind of happen really unexpectedly, where you're going to realize that you are reaching a very, very significant stage of your life, and suddenly everything is going to start making sense, and suddenly you will realize that you've learned something really incredible, within the last 2 or 3 years, something really incredible you have learned about yourself, about your life, about the world in general. There is so much that is actually going to be on your mind, but that in itself, it's all going to point out for you, like now literally it's time for change. It's to do with the actual, a really new stage in your life, like really presenting itself and manifesting itself right in front of you at the time when you didn't actually even think that this is going to happen, let alone what an amazing stage of your life this is actually going to become. So my gorgeous Sagittarini, you can find yourself literally like working on a brand new stage of your life, something brand new, something really beautiful, something that you are going to be able to immerse yourself within. And at the same time, this is really going to help you with your reflection, and especially kind of like to understand, oh my God, it's like I've actually been prepared for this for a really long time now I'm realizing this, now am I getting this. And this is my gorgeous Sagittarini, where things are going to become very, very interesting for you indeed. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's for February 2023. When it comes to the actual number, your number this month, it's like basically number 61. Oh my God. Number 61, it's about your own inner truth. Every now and then in this life, we find out something very interesting about ourselves, and every now and then, I say every now and then in this life, we find out about something very interesting about ourselves, especially when it comes to something that we feel an instant mind-blowing devotion towards, and something that like kind of helps us to understand and to realize how much we've actually changed and how much we've actually learned over the last 2 or 3 years. I'm not not saying that you didn't realize specific things before, but you will fully understand why this is happening right now, because there was a lot happening in your life that you had to kind of work on, and you needed to wait for the specific unfoldments as well. There were 2 or 3 certain unfoldments that were going on in your life that took you so much of your energy, and it affected your vibration, which is not a bad thing. It's completely normal, but this was kind of keeping you away from realizing like these particular things that I'm talking about right now earlier. And then again, you do not need to blame yourself, because when you become aware of this, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and it's all about your own inner truth, so it's to do with the number 61. So as soon as you become aware of it, you need to understand that you are going to feel like instantly, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't realize this before. I can't believe I didn't see this before. I can't believe I didn't come across this before. No, baby, no. You should not blame yourself whatsoever, because what you're going to become aware of and what is going to inspire you so much when it comes to this month, it's also to do with your own inner truth, and which means that at the same time that is also bringing you a mind-blowing insight and the mind-blowing clarity into your life. What was murky, what was murky in your life for such a long time, what was murky before, it's about to become a crystal clear indeed, because this is going to lead towards a mind-blowing, like an intuitive knowing, which is going to be kind of like really highlighted so much. This, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is going to be a way more productive month than you could have possibly imagined. Number 61 in numerology also means, especially when it comes to the number 2, because now we have, this is February, so it's to do with also with number 2 quite a lot. You always take into consideration when I'm doing readings. I do like numerology with the specific numbers, but I also take into the actual consideration the months that we are talking about. Since this is the second month and it's 6-1, and even we have number 2 now as well, and this in itself means, my gorgeous Sagittarini, that it's like basically like a lot about you finding out the truth about yourself, a lot about you finding out the truth with about yourself, but especially when it comes to so much being confirmed to you at the same time, especially when it comes to like a very strange things and news that you're going to become aware and heard, and when you hear on the outside, you are going to kind of be able to use this in your favor, because somehow you will understand and you will really know that you are doing the right thing. When it comes to number 61 in numerology, also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's like a lot about you really in the month of February. It's about you really feeling very much so. First of all, you are going to have a very kind of an unexpected situation which is going to happen, which is going to kind of like really be completely out of the blue. It's going to surprise you, and it's all what I said before. It's like you feeling so enthusiastic when it comes to that inspiration, but then at the same time you are gonna know almost immediately that it's not only about the inspiration, but it's like it's not only how you're gonna feel, it's not only about you elevating yourself, it's not only like about you feeling immediately like this is the right thing to do, but at the same time you will know that this in itself, it's really going to bring like an amazingly powerful bright prospect into your life as well. That in itself you're not going to become aware of almost immediately. So first of all, you follow that inspiration and you pay attention to what is going to inspire you to the point that you're not going to stop thinking about it whatsoever. But then at the same time, within the next 7 or 8 days, you are going to become aware of the bright prospects that this is also going to bring. And it's almost like going to be like this psychic moment that you're going to have. It's like, I knew it, like kind of knew this, this is why I felt such a strong connection towards this. So of course that this is going to be quite important indeed. And what I also really like, that from the beginning of February, you're going to feel like so enthusiastic and so optimistic and throughout this month. And this is going to surprise you. I'm not saying that you were sad, I'm not saying you were down or miserable or anything like that, but the optimism that you're going to feel from the beginning of this month, it's all going to be pushing towards you kind of investigating further and kind of exploring further. And now that optimism, it's also like going to play a huge role when it comes to you coming out of yourself, when it comes to you coming out of your comfort zone. So do not be surprised now suddenly how you're going to feel from the beginning of February. Also, how much you want to like kind of see certain people who you haven't seen in a long time, how much you want to reconnect with a certain people, and how you now suddenly you will also want to work with like maybe with a certain problems when it comes to existing relationships. Now suddenly someone is going to be on your mind whom you maybe had a little argument with or little disagreement with and something like that, and that particular person is suddenly going to be on your mind, and almost as if like you're going to realize that you're not angry anymore about anything, almost as if like you're going to realize someone who you maybe had an argument with or disagreement with, that you were angry for a while, this is also about going to shift. So now suddenly you're going to be thinking about someone who you would think of as like, oh, that bastard or something, you know, and then suddenly you're going to be thinking about it, you know what, suddenly you're not going to understand where this is coming from, but you will be able to see things from a completely different perspective. And this is such a powerful sign that without you even wanting to forgive to someone something, you know, you are maturing, your spirit is maturing, you are reaching such a high level of your spiritual journey that this is just going to iron itself by itself, basically. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to realize without you even intentionally wanting to forgive to someone, now suddenly you're going to be thinking about someone who was getting on your nerves for so much in a really positive way, and suddenly you're going to start seeing positive things about that person. And this is such an important such an important stage of your life as well, something to definitely pay attention to. So you are going to find yourself on an unexpected new beginning. Okay, I know I talk a lot, but when it comes to February, I can narrow it down quite a lot to an unexpected new beginning that you're going to feel completely mind-blowingly like enthusiastic about. And that in itself, it's really, do you know what is so special about that new beginning? Because you're going to be able to do what you always wanted to do in the way that you always wanted to do, how you want to do it. Okay, so it's to do with you being able to completely and fully express yourself. Okay, so this is why you're going to feel so spiritual, because it's a lot to do again with your soul purpose. It's a lot to do with your spiritual journey. Why? How do I know this? Because this is telling me a lot that it's going to be, it's a perfect combination of spirituality and the materialistic things come into it. You know, it's like a balancing itself out really nicely, which means that you are going to find something to do that is a really kind of going to make you feel so good about yourself, because of course it's to do with your spiritual purpose, with your soul journey. So that is going to feel different, you know. So this is why, you know, you're just going to start opening up spiritually quite a lot. And let me just tell you something else. When it comes to that new beginning, when it comes to something that it's going to inspire you, when it comes to that particular thing that you're going to be so enthusiastic about, what you need to understand, this is not just like la la la, this and that. No, baby, no. This is so important. This is going to bring a really one of the most powerful accomplishments into your life. This is going to bring you recognition, the recognition that you want. You know, whatever you are doing, wherever you are in your life, this is indeed going to bring you such an important accomplishment, such an important recognition. So you are going to be recognized by the people that you want to be recognized by. I mentioned this before. I've seen this coming up, my gorgeous Sagittarini, for you. And now this is becoming more and more intense. This is going to lead towards your own success in general. You are going to feel so pleased with yourself, but then at the same time, when you become aware of this inspiration, you know, you are also like kind of going to speak to someone who really knows you really well. Just a conversation with someone who you'd have like a chat with every now and then, and they're gonna like kind of confirm something to you. They're gonna tell you, which is going to kind of prove your own point to yourself, and that in itself, it's also gonna mean to you so much what that other person is going to tell you, because it's to do with someone who is a prominent person in your life, and it means to you so much what this person is going to say about this, and that person is going to be delighted, and that is going to mean to you so much. And at the same time, this is gonna kind of lead towards you kind of wanting to have a celebration, how excited you're actually going to be, you know, how excited, like how happy you're actually going to be, and how happy and how excited you're actually going to be just by thinking about it, let alone once you kind of start with all this. This is why this is so important. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it comes to the the actual month of February, especially at around the 21st of February. Oh my God, someone is really going to challenge you at around the 21st of February so much. It's almost like as if someone is going to be rude to you, and someone is like going to be horrible to you, almost like someone is going to have a go at you, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it whatsoever. But then again, at the same time, that it's going to be your sign, and you will know that now you will have absolutely enough of something. And you are absolutely right here as well. So when it comes to that person, and when it comes to where this person is, for example, and when it comes to like where you are going to be at the time when that person is like kind of rude to you, you will know that a certain stage of your life slowly but surely came to an end, and now this is going to be an indication that now it's time to transform your life, because you are going to have absolutely enough of something here. And that in itself doesn't surprise me whatsoever, because it's to do with a specific person who is just been draining your energy for way too long. It's to do with a specific person that is not a nice person, and it's also to do with a specific person who is like rather dark in their energy as well. And it's like such a strong and powerful energy that when sometimes people are around that person, they become really, really toxic, and they have a power to kind of like really manipulate the way we feel without them being even aware of that they're manipulating the way we feel, purely because their energy is very, very hard. Their energy is very, very difficult. So when we are around people like this, we just tend to like kind of lose ourselves so quickly, because of this balance, this energy that it's unexpected, within our energy field. So it just like kind of always surprises us, and it like kind of just a little bit shows us out of balance. And while we are out of balance, we don't act the way we normally act. And this is okay sometimes, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's not okay when you have to be sharp, when you have to be on top of your game, when you're doing something important, when you're working on something important. So that particular person who's going to be rude to you, like at the same time, this is not going to affect you like, oh my God, you're going to be crying or something. No, baby, no. This is like almost as if like you're going to be so pleased because they're going to do some kind of job for you. They're going to do something for you. Then and there, that particular person will make your own decision for you. Does that even make sense? But they will not know this, because after that moment in time, you are really going to understand that the specific cycle of your life just completely literally came to an end. Something came to an end. And that in itself, it's indicating the fact that you are going to become fully aware of this, and you will want to move on from something, and you really should, because now that in itself means that the beginning of transformation, it's about to start. So when I see the beginning of transformation here, it means that you are going to make the right decision. So this particular person who's going to be rude, it's actually going to do you a really great favor, because at the same time you will know what to move away from, and that is going to start the process of this wonderful transformation. So when it comes to transformation, when I see that now, suddenly you will know that something came to an end, and after this moment in time, you will know that this person is the part of your old life. This person is the part of your old stage. This person is the part of your own dimension. And shortly after that moment in time, there is so much that you're going to realize, like, you know what I mean? Like now suddenly, I always wanted to do something with this. I always wanted to do something with that. I always wanted to work on this. I always wanted to work on that. There are so many of the unfinished big mamas that are going to become obvious, unfinished big mamas, unfinished projects, unfinished businesses. On one hand, you're gonna like realize exactly what you kind of want to move away from, what you want to change, but you're also at the same time going to be inundated with like some kind of unfinished businesses, things that you need to work on. There are going to be 3 specific things that are going to be highlighted. And when I said unfinished businesses, just remember, you can tell me I haven't got any unfinished business. No, baby, no. You will see exactly what I mean. These unfinished businesses that I'm talking about, that can include like things that you are working on, things that you are doing on a daily basis, but at the same time these unfinished businesses could also involve and include things and people in our lives. So you see what I mean? So there are bits and pieces that you're gonna need to really kind of deal with, and at the same time, as soon as you become aware of these three things that you still need to deal with in terms of the unfinished business, what you need to also understand is that you are going to possess that mind-blowing power to actually do something really quick. You know, what comes to you, it's going to come from somewhere else, you know. It's going to be very deep, it's going to be extremely wise, especially when it comes to you not even realizing that you are speeding up something, you are speeding up some kind of process, because you will know then and there exactly what to do. Did you hear that? I'm here. Sorry, they missed me. Sorry. No, I'm joking. So basically, it's the ambulance. Yeah, like, I think I'm way overdue. Yeah, no, I'm joking. Oh my god, I shouldn't even joke with things like this. But yeah, anyway, so it's basically like so you know, when it comes to the actual transformation, what you also need to understand. And you're not going to like me for this, maybe, but when it comes to transformation, it's more about us working on our lives, us dealing with things that no longer serve you, you know, us working on those things that are really interesting you, that are really interesting to us, those things that are inspiring us, those things that we are passionate about. It's time to like kind of come up with a plans, and you will see and you will realize your mind will go so much further. You start planning about something and you're just gonna, oh my god, you're really going to surprise yourself how far you're actually going to get, how many ideas you're going to have. You open your mind like a big mama, like there is no tomorrow, indeed. But that also means that when it comes to, so you're very powerful when it comes to planning, but when I say planning, that means that you have so many additional ideas, and on top of that you feel very brave and very strong. You just like really create this very kind of invisible bubble, spiritual bubble around you, that you become so powerful. And as soon as you become adamant about something, it's like you just go like with like a little arrow, my gorgeous Sagittarini, indeed. But that also means that when it comes to like investment, if it's to do with a big money investment, no baby, no, I wouldn't do it in February, I would do it in March, not for a big investment. Or if you have to bound yourself to some kind of a contract, obviously you haven't got any choice and do it at any other time, you know, you just do it in February, of course. But I would highly suggest you to do it in March if you possibly can. But if you do need to kind of sign some kind of contract, if you do need to bound yourself to something, at the same time you are going to tell me that I'm crazy now. That's absolutely fine, I'm completely used to it. What is normal? Who is normal? Do you know what I mean? Who is normal? The one who's been conditioned all their life? Yeah, no baby, no. The normal is the one who allows themselves to be themselves. That's the one who is normal, no matter how crazy that person seems to be. Yeah, so this is something that I always want to remind everyone, literally. So when it comes to the actual, what I was going to say now, what I was going to say, what I was going to say, what I was going to say, what I was going to say about the transformation. I know that I was talking about the transformation. Where did I end up? I have no idea. So it's a lot to do with the transformation, and that it's actually really, yes, that's right. If you do need to, hallelujah, if you do need to kind of sign something and you can't help, you can't do it any other months, I completely understand. Or if you do need to start some kind of a new contract or bound yourself to something, and you haven't got any other time to do it, like in March or whatever, then you just kind of course that you're going to have to do it, but then try to, at the time when you're doing it, you're going to say I'm crazy, this is why I said this, just put a couple of bags, little bags of salt, you know, like make a little two little bags of salt, tiny little bags of pure sea salt, and just put one little bag, close it, plastic bag, let's say, a couple of plastic bags or whatever, paper bags, whatever, you know, a couple of little bags of salt, and just put them inside each bag in each pocket, and that in itself is going to give you the kind of the necessary protection as well. It's going to help you quite a lot to keep like kind of negative and evil spirits at bay, you see. So this is something I would really highly suggest you, if you do need to sign some kind of a contract. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, what else I was going to say? You know, it's like basically you're really just going to have to be very honest with yourself, especially at the time in between the 25th and the end of that month, especially in between the 25th of February and the end of that month. So you just have like a few days to like really be very honest with yourself, because something is going to be on your mind and you're struggling for something, and you have been struggling for something for so long. But you can only deal with this when you're honest with yourself, because something is literally not working out. Something hasn't been working out in your life, something that you've been like kind of working on for so long, but now you're going to realize only within the last few days of February, this is how you're going to feel, just a little bit down and a little bit blue. And then you're going to have this moment when you're going to realize that this particular thing, that it's not working out for you. You know, you need to kind of like make the relevant and necessary adjustment, because it's only making you feel really unhappy, and it's only making you feel really sad. And that in itself, it's also like kind of like what else you're going to realize within the last few days. You're also going to realize that, you know, that it's to do with you, like kind of maybe like on one hand it's just not going to work. You've tried, you know, you gave your best, but now it's literally time to move on. And it's almost like you already have been like some kind of part of some kind of competition where other people were included and involved with something, and that just didn't kind of work out. Also, that could be along those lines, you see. So you really need to kind of like you need to come to terms with that something didn't work. It's not bad, it's not horrible, but you literally gonna need to let something go. The sooner you let this go, the more kind of powerful you're actually going to be, because you would be surprised how much of the new things you are blocking because you're focusing on something that is just not going to work out for you. So you just need to be honest with yourself, so you can kind of release that amount of negative energy that became stale only because you were like kind of ignoring this part of your life, neglecting a little bit this part of your life. So you just have to like really be honest with yourself, and the sooner you realize what has come to an end, the sooner you are going to actually free yourself as well. The sooner other opportunities are actually going to come, really, really important opportunities that are going to blow your mind in so many different ways, you know. So this is something I wanted to say. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it comes to the actual nutrition and health, I highly recommend you to get something like natural vitamin D3 again, because this is going to help you to boost your immune system, and it's going to help you with the sensitive bones as well, alongside a natural zinc picolinate. That's good for skin, hair and nails, but also it's perfect when it comes to boosting your immune system alongside vitamin D3. And the third important thing is the organic chlorella. Organic chlorella is a very powerful supplement which is going to help you to detoxify yourself from all the dangerous metals, and it's also going to help you to boost your omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's rather essential. And what is this going to do? So it's going to really detoxify your body from all the metals, but at the same time it's actually going to be beneficial for your mind, for your brain, for your memory and things like that. So here is vitamin D3. I highly recommend you. Zinc picolinate, this is my own brand, and these vitamins are without any rubbish, without any unnecessary ingredients. These are pure vitamins made with an exceptional quality ingredients, of course. And the third supplement would be organic chlorella here. So if you are on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And if you would like to buy these vitamins, then you just basically see the description below, or you can just simply go to Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you will see my page coming up that way as well. So now on the 5th of February, it's going to be an important date because this is the time when you're gonna feel so like you are gonna to wake up in the morning on the 5th of February and something is going to feel different. Something is going to feel different. You are going to feel already like you are in a completely different world. In fact, it's already going to start from on the 1st of February. You will know that something is changing. The energy is changing. The vibration is changing. And already on the 1st of February, there are going to be so many ideas that you're actually going to have on the 1st of February already, which this is going to 1st and the 2nd of February, there are going to be lots of ideas that you're going to have, and this is absolutely brilliant. But by the 1st and the 2nd of February, so this is going to make you realize, like, I have no idea how come I have so many ideas. So it's not only about having ideas, but also you're going to feel very, very excited about these ideas as well. And this, you know what, by the time you get to the 5th of February, this is a good one. 5th of February, from the moment you wake up in the morning, you are gonna be so ambitious. You are gonna feel so excited about your own success. What exactly you're gonna feel on the 5th of February, what exactly you're gonna feel so excited about, this is something that you need to take on immediately. Because what are you gonna feel so excited about? It's also kind of going to really highlight some kind of a devil, like a real bastard devil here, some kind of devil here. And the devil is not in your life. Devil is no one who is directly connected to you. But this is down to you to realize where the devil is. Devil is going to be somewhere else. This bastard is going to be somewhere else. But it's not going to be in your life. So why am I talking about this? Because when you become so ambitious and so confident about some kind of a success, this is the part of your life that you must plunge in immediately. But I'm telling you that the devil, so what devil has to do with this? It's something on the outside. So it's nothing to do with your life, and you can make out of this whatever you want. But when you become aware of where this bastard is, then where these bastards are, at the same time, this is really going to confirm to you that this is the time to you to take on this direction that you feel so kind of excited about on the 5th of February. So you will fully know this, you will fully understand this, you know. So, you know, I know that this sounds a little bit confusing, but you becoming aware of some kind of devil on the outside is going to confirm to you that this is exactly what you should do. This is exactly the step that you should make, because it's going to be your own thing. You're going to do something that you want to do, but at the same time, this is going to be step away from some kind of a norm or some kind of like a devil that you're actually going to become aware of. You're also going to like really what you're going to become ambitious about on the 5th of February. It's something that you need to take on immediately, because that is going to reflect on your finances really nicely, and you're going to be able to protect so much in your life when it comes to finances and things like that. This is going to be absolutely brilliant time for you indeed. So look at this, my gorgeous Sagittarini. When it comes to the 5th of February, you see the importance of the actual year, like almost immediately. You're going to need to like put this as a number one in your life, where you're going to feel so ambitious about, okay, and confident about. And at the same time, look, someone is also going to need your help. Look at this, the 5th of February. Somebody is also going to need your help. This is so important. And who is going to need your help? Somebody who's so close to you, somebody who's so important to you. You need to let that person know what you know, because at around the 5th of February, you're going to become aware of this bastard devil here. I'm sorry I'm keep on speaking like this, but there are other things that you're going to become aware of this. And what you're going to find out, it's going to be the truth. What you're going to become aware of, it's going to be 100% truth. Even it's going to be very difficult to believe, but at the same time, you need to help to someone. So this is what this compassion here means. You need to let people in your life know what you know. Don't think that they know, or don't assume that they know. This is very important. And also, when it comes to that actual ambition, you know what you're going to feel so ambitious. This is indeed going to bring a right justice into your life. And that also means that at around the same time, you are going to hear and you are going to become aware of some kind of really, really wise advice. You're going to hear something wise, but no one is going to say this to you. But, you know, it's happening happening for a reason, that you were aware of that wise advice. And that wise advice, you see, this fertility in itself, this oracle card is to do with fertility, but really, to be quite honest with you, it's about the actual conception, about the concept. You will know when you hear that wise advice, you're not going to be told this directly, but you will know exactly how to plant the certain seed, how to start this progress as well. Okay, so it's worth to pay attention to this indeed. Okay, the second important dates are going to be on the 13th and the 14th of February. And before I go there, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I highly recommend you to get this absolutely brilliant two light. You see this gorgeous pendant. Look at how powerful this is. It makes you instantly like kind of passionate about your life. It elevates you instantly. If you feel down, if you feel dry, if you feel negative, if you feel horrible, if you're not just feeling it, but you have to give 1000%, this little baby has got the power to elevate you almost immediately. This is a very powerful pendant indeed. It's not only that it looks like a really beautiful color, but also at the same time, you know, it's just like a basically, it makes you aware of things that you wouldn't normally be aware of, like when it comes to subconscious mind, but also at the same time it's helping you to have a more positive outlook on life. And that means that it really beautifully elevates you, and it's fantastic for conversation, it's fantastic for investigating things, it's fantastic when you feel optimistic, but also it's really brilliant when you feel really low and you feel really down. It's brilliant when you want to talk and when you want to express yourself, but you're talking around the people that are very strange and unusual and they're making you feel a little bit nervous. You know, it's just really kind of like what you're passionate about. You know, you followed things that you're passionate about, and then you just like, while you're wearing this, you can't get wrong. You can't do wrong things, really. So this two light comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. The second important date, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to be on the 13th and the 14th of February. Now, in between the 13th and the 14th of February, this is where this like very important conversation you're actually going to have. But the conversation is not going to start being important whatsoever. So it's going to be like a little chat, you and someone, talking about a weather, or I just watered my plants, you know, type of thing. And then suddenly it's going to turn to be like really, really serious, but not bad, not horrible, not serious, because you're also going to be talking about something, both of you, that have heard some kind of news or something, and this is the things are going to start becoming really kind of serious when you start talking about it. But then again, it is just going to bring, it's not about what you're going to talk about, but it's about bringing this relevant balance, which is slowly but surely going to be preparing you towards something, towards the end of conversation in between you and that person. And what is actually going to happen, that person is really kind of going to suggest something to you. That person is going to remind you of something, but it's more, but yeah, suppose that person is going to suggest something to you, but they're going to remind something to you as well. But at the same time, they're going to point out that now it's the right time for something for you, and you will know exactly what that person means, and that is really going to mean to you so much, because at the same time, it's like a basically only like very shortly after that moment in time, you are really what was pointed out and what was mentioned. You know, you will know almost as if that person is going to play an important role when it comes to you having an indication or a green light that you should do something, that you should like kind of start something. But then, you know, this is again going to mean to you so much, because something else is going to be revealed to you. The additional informations that you're actually going to get and understand through this person, and these additional informations that you're going to get and find out and understand are also going to be primarily responsible when it comes to you having a vision on, and not that long after that moment in time, within the 13th and the 14th of February, you are going to have such a strong and powerful and really vivid vision. And the vivid vision that you are going to have, it's like a basically really going to you are going to be like kind of like a thinking about what you were talking about, what this person kind of mentioned to you, what this person told you. Almost it's like as if you're going to find out about some kind of secrets at the same time. And this in itself, it's really kind of going to get you going, because now you will know more that you knew before. But it's also to do with the part of your life that means to you so much, especially at this time of your life, because there's certain questions that are actually going to be answered to you here. And at the same time, almost as if like you're going to get an advice, and almost as if like you're going to know like basically what to be careful about, who to pay attention to, what to watch for, and things like that. And that in itself is going to contribute towards you having such a powerful vision of how you want your life to be. But this is going to be different. This vision is going to be so different, because you will be able to sense and feel things on a completely different level. So this is all going to make you aware of like a very, very brave move, which you are going to need to make. Very brave and very bold move. If this was happening about a few months ago, you would be like, absolutely no way. But now you will know that, this is all going to be leading towards you making the necessary step to make something real. So this is going to be on the 13th and the 14th of February indeed. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, would be this beautiful Petersite. There we go. This is probably one of the most beautiful pendants I've ever had. Petersite is extremely powerful, but it's extremely rare as well. Look at these mind-blowing colors. I mean, I've got this light now, so it's very difficult to see the actual colors if it's not the natural light. You see, I don't know if you can see it. It's very difficult to see from here. So, do you know what I mean? But this is a Petersite. It's extremely rare, and it's very, very powerful indeed. What Petersite does, it has got the power to discharge negative energies. So it doesn't only protect us from negativity and negative energies, but it has got the power to ground us, to recenter us. But on top of that, it also discharges negative energy. And this in itself is brilliant, because at the same time, it's like it's fantastic when we are going through some kind of emotional turmoil, but at the same time, it's because it's keeping us to have the right balance. It re-energizes instantly. So what we tend to kind of feel when we wear powerful crystal like this, we tend to be surprised with ourselves and with our work, but it's in the best possible way. But especially when it comes to us going so much further, especially when it comes to us coming out of our comfort zone. When you wear this, also it has got the power to elevate you to the point where you understand things differently, and that is so beneficial when it comes to us coming out of our comfort zone, and when we kind of do magic things in life indeed. This gorgeous Petersite comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you're also supporting my channel as well. The last important date that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be on the 26th of February. Now the 26th of February is just basically, now you need to understand this. Look at this. I know that this look, I will just do this because I knew it. See, 26th of February, I'm just going to take an additional oracle card on the 26th of February. 26th of February. So what the oracle card is going to reveal, what oracle card reveals, this is exactly how your day is going to start. And I will tell you, and I will explain why this is going to be so important. There you go. On the 26th of February, you are really, this is going to start the process of healing. No, it's not going to start the process of healing, sorry. By the 26th of February, you are going to be healed. This is so important. By the 26th of February, you are going to be healed. And the reason why am I saying that you are going to be healed is because something happened to you, and it affected your vibration, and it affected your energy within the last 2 or 3 years. And it took absolute while. It took ages really to come to this point of your life. So on the 26th in the morning, you will know that something is again different. This is again going to be one of those those days where you are gonna feel this impact. What you need to pay attention to on the 26th of February, as soon as you wake up, there is something going to be on your mind. You need to understand this. On the 26th of February, something is going to be on your mind in such a way where something that you didn't finish. Remember when I told you about unfinished businesses? Now this is a big one. This is really big. And this is really going to surprise you, and you're not going to be able to tell where this is coming from. So you're just going to wake up in the morning and you are going to become so adamant with that on your mind that I need to finish this, I need to finish that. And it's to do with something that was really kind of like dragging for so long, but it's to do with an important unfinished business. Normally this would put you off completely. You would not like it whatsoever. It would actually make you feel really irritated and negative. But now you're just gonna have this sense of being really excited, you know, almost like kind of determined to do this. So this is something you need to understand. The reason why is because you are healed from something, some kind of a very difficult and negative stage that was very much so affected you really badly in every sort of way. You know, it's going to come to an end, and this is why you are going to get your balance back. And now suddenly you're gonna realize the importance of something that you did not think it's important whatsoever. And this in itself, it's really going to make you aware of that. Now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at the same time, you are also going to need to set the boundaries as well. Set the boundaries when it comes to the specific situations in your life that are slowly coming to an end. And at the same time, you see something very sad. You see this grieving, something very sad affected you so badly within the last 2 or 3 years that now this is going to go away. So all these like oracle cards are so like, oh my goodness, they're all, look, even that one, forgiveness. All these oracle cards are all pretty much showing that the 26th of the actual February, it's not only about the actual direction of what do you need to do, but at the same time, this is the return of your strength, this is the return of your confidence, this is the return of your self-esteem. And you will realize that for some reason, you actually the reason why it took you so long to deal with this unfinished business, you will realize it's only because you didn't have a confidence to deal with it. And all this time you didn't think this, you didn't realize this, but now this is going to become absolutely evident. So my gorgeous Sagittarini, this is something that you really need to do, because when you become aware of like what was unfinished and what you need to pay attention to, what you need to work, what you need to kind of immediately take as a priority on that particular day, you know, something is going to happen to you. It's not so much about you dealing with an unfinished business. It's about you taking this seriously, you doing something about it, you coming up with some kind of a plan, you kind of going maybe to making the first steps. Like let's say, oh, I need to go out to get this and get that, for example. And you will see that as soon as you make the first step towards this, it's not so much about you being ready. It's not so much about that particular unfinished business, but what is actually going to happen to you while you are like making the first steps. And by making the first steps, I mean the first things that you're gonna do. Like, so let's say that's on your mind, you're so adamant, you go for a shower, and now let's say you go for a shower, for a bath or whatever, and now what you're gonna do as the first step, as soon as you decide and as soon as you make the first step, something very, very unusual and unexpected is going to happen to you. I can assure this to you. Something unexpected, which is going to come to you completely in such a crazy way. You will realize that one of the biggest challenges in your life is coming to an end. One of the biggest problems of your life is coming to an end. And no, you did not think this is going to happen. No, you were not prepared to this. And this is when things are going to become very, very interesting indeed. Because when you become aware of this, you're also at the same time you're gonna to be able to not only make such a powerful decision, but you're also going to have a clear indication how long is this decision going to actually take until it comes into the actual fruition. This is indicating a very, very important stage in your life that is completely unplanned, but at the same time is about to clearly show you, very, very strong direction in life. So now, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in a relationship. Now, to those of you in relationship, when it comes to the actual month of February, what I wanted to say, my gorgeous Sagittarini, is that you are both going to become aware of someone really naughty and someone really cheeky. And that particular person in your life that you're going to become aware of is just like you are going to need to kind of move away from, remove yourself from that particular person. So whether you started some kind of business with someone, you two as a couple, whether someone was working with you two on something, it's really difficult to say, but it looks like there is a third person here that you were kind of, maybe you had some kind of business with, or maybe you wanted to kind of involve someone into something. No, don't get me wrong, but you wanted to involve someone third. No, baby, no, that whatever, but you wanted to involve someone else in something here. Ambitious, my gorgeous Sagittarini, what are you up to? No, let's be serious here. So you wanted to involve someone third in something, but it's more to do with the actual maybe you wanted to start some kind of business with someone, with a third person, or some kind of plan that you and your partner were working on. You realize that you need to involve someone else to help you with something, like either business or this or that. But then you're going to realize that, that someone is not who they claim that they are. So you need to be a little bit careful, both of you. You need to use your intuition, and you're both going to kind of be aware of this. When you become aware of this, both of you are going to feel like, oh yeah, I knew it, something was right, wasn't right, I knew it, something was wrong, you know what I mean? So be very careful when it comes to maybe having a business with someone, but especially when it comes to you feeling both like something is not right about that person, because both of you are going to have a little warnings. So that's why it's at the stage that it already is, that I'm seeing here. You see, both of you are going to become aware of someone cheeky and naughty and sneaky and not really honest, but at the same time, both of you are not going to be that surprised. But it's someone who is in your life, and someone who you just have to be a little bit careful about. And even more so if you come across someone who's bizarre this month, and someone who you don't trust, and someone who's a little bit pushy with something, then you just ignore that person, if you possibly can. And for those of you who are single and ready to, hello my darling, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you know what I mean? There is something really unexpected going to happen this month, something really unexpected. And I think that you are really going to kind of meet someone. You're going to come across someone at the time when you kind of least expected, honestly. So there is someone that is going to cross your path, someone gorgeous and delicious, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Someone is about to cross your path. Someone is about to enter your life. Someone is about to kind of enter your spiritual journey, because who you're going to see and who you're going to come across, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about this whatsoever. But what I find really interesting here is that this is someone really genuine coming in, someone really beautiful, someone really gorgeous, someone really nice, someone really beautiful, both inside out, my gorgeous Sagittarini. But at the same time, on top of that, this is what I find really remarkable, that this is going to happen out of the blue at the time when you least expect. Okay, and it's also going to happen at a time when some kind of really horrible problem comes to an end, horrible challenge that I mentioned earlier comes to an end. This is going to happen at around that time when I said the horrible challenge is going to come to an end. This is going to happen at around the same time. Someone is about to cross your path, and this person you're not going to be able to stop thinking about, my gorgeous Sagittarius. It's like, oh my God, and this is going to be entirely down to you. I know you're gonna up to you what you're gonna do. I know that this person is gonna be someone really interesting, really important, but at the same time, you know, it just depends how you look on things, you know, how you look at things, whether you're ready for some kind of relationship or not. However, this person is such an integral part of your spiritual journey. Whether this person like have like a long, crazy, normal relationship with you, amazing relationship, or this is someone like kind of just passing by and reminding you, you know, that this life is to live, you know, reminding you that there is so much more to life, you know, because most certainly your eyes are going to be open, and after that so much it's about to change, because somehow you're going to realize how much you're actually missing out of life, in life, you know, and that's always good. That's always good. It's just a little reminder that there is so much more right behind the corner. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.